Get ready for the action because this week in NKY government meetings, Newport is considering a major fleet upgrade. Newport will look at adding 4 new Tesla Model Y police vehicles to its fleet, and we break down exactly what that means for local law enforcement operations. This is a big move with significant implications for public safety in the community. We dive into the details of this potential purchase and what it signals for the city's future.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we are looking at a massive financial hit for an investor. Man Daniel Murphy spent a staggering $46,000 on a Tesla, but just 5 months later, he sold it for a fraction of that amount. We examine the brutal depreciation of this vehicle and what lessons we can learn about investing in electric vehicles right now. Find out why popular models like the Tesla are seeing such drastic drops in value. The electric vehicle revolution is accelerating globally, and we see massive infrastructure moving into place. Watt EV, a California-based trucking-as-a-service company, has placed an enormous order, securing 370 Tesla semis for deployment across California. We explore how this move by Watt EV is lowering the barriers for trucking companies and where these new electric semis will be hitting the highway. And finally, the stock market is reacting to Tesla's performance in China. We look at the conflicting calls from Wall Street analysts, including J.P. Morgan and Piper Sandler, following the recent drop in Tesla's retail sales in China. We break down the differing price targets and what the latest data on Model Y and Model 3 deliveries tells us about the future of this giant. Local government across North Kentucky is actively engaged in several key decisions this week, ranging from fleet modernization to major infrastructure projects and regulatory overhauls. In Newport, the City Commission is set to discuss the potential addition of 4 Tesla Model Y police vehicles, with the purchase price capped at $178,780 through a deal with Tesla in Fremont, California. Additionally, Newport is exploring a partnership with the FC Cincinnati Foundation for a mini soccer pitch at Bernadette Watkins Park. Meanwhile, Boone County schools are reviewing their tentative working budget for fiscal year 2027. In Florence, the Boone County Board of Education is scheduled to consider approving the tentative working budget for FY 2027. The city is also advancing an ordinance aimed at curbing road-blocking traffic queues, proposing fines for businesses that allow vehicles to queue in public rights-of-way to improve safety for drivers and emergency vehicles. Furthermore, Covington is planning to expand its electric vehicle fleet by acquiring 10 new EVs for its police, fire, and public works departments, a move supported by projections of long-term cost savings due to rising gas prices. Infrastructure and development news continues across the region. Fort Wright City Council has selected a new playground design for the former Civic Club property, a $211,362 project designed by Mott Scapes that will be completed by the end of August and cater to up to 80 children. In Florence, the Boone County Planning Commission has recommended approval for a proposed 2-story Planet Fitness gym near Richmond Road and Wetherington Boulevard, a project that is now advancing to the Florence City Council for final approval, despite some resident traffic concerns. Separately, Campbell County has secured a $3.5 million bid for the A.J. Jolly Lake Spillway project, which involves lowering the lake by 10 to 12 feet to address wear on the dam and spillway. Regulatory changes are also underway. Independence City Council has initiated updates to parking regulations, aiming to clarify rules and improve enforcement by distinguishing between overtime parking and truly abandoned vehicles. The city plans to enforce this primarily through complaints, with police intervention reserved for urgent situations. In Independence, the City Council has also approved a development agreement to expand the Industrial Park 536, adding 3 new speculative buildings to the complex. Other significant updates include Kenton County schools approving $60 million in financing for renovations at 4 elementary schools, financed through general obligation bonds. The City of Union is updating its long-term town plan to reflect its rapid growth, focusing on managed expansion, increased green space, and the development of a new Union Town Square. Finally, Boone County has renewed its agreement with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for road aid funding, though this allocation saw an approximately 18% decrease from the previous year due to inflation and rising construction costs. A Tesla enthusiast revealed significant financial losses on his electric vehicle purchases, highlighting the volatile depreciation in the EV market. YouTuber Andy Slye detailed how he lost substantial amounts after selling Teslas within a short time frame. Slye initially spent $46,000 on a 2025 Model 3, selling it just 5 months later for $33,800, resulting in a $12,200 loss. Further losses were reported with a 2018 long-range RWD Model 3, bought for $56,000 and sold for $19,000 after 7 years, representing over a 60% depreciation. Another vehicle, a 2022 Model Y purchased for $55,000, is reportedly now worth less than half of its original price. This trend of rapid devaluation is a growing concern for potential EV buyers. While new cars depreciate immediately, electric vehicles are proving particularly vulnerable to depreciation as battery technology advances quickly, rendering older models obsolete. In a video detailing these losses, Slye attributed Tesla's high depreciation rate to several factors. He noted that Tesla consistently introduces new features and updates, making older models seem outdated. Furthermore, Tesla's frequent price fluctuations impact the value of used vehicles. Slye also suggested that Teslas are often grouped into the luxury vehicle category, which generally experiences faster depreciation than lower-cost mainstream models. Data from CarGurus indicated that Tesla's used car prices have dropped by as much as 25% in the first year, significantly outpacing other automakers. Despite these depreciation risks, the electric vehicle market remains robust, with over 2 million EVs currently on UK roads, marking a 59.1% sales increase in April. The shift towards electric vehicles is being accelerated by factors such as rising gas prices due to geopolitical events, prompting consumers to consider alternatives. While Tesla remains a dominant force in the electric vehicle landscape, the financial realities of owning one, particularly concerning resale value, present a significant consideration for prospective owners. Watt EV, a California-based trucking-as-a-service (TaaS) company, has placed a significant order for 370 Tesla semis to bolster its fleet deployment. Watt EV anticipates that the initial 50 trucks will begin service in 2026, with the entire fleet expected to be operational by the close of 2027. Watt EV attributes its success in adopting electric vehicles to its vertically integrated model, which encompasses trucks, megawatt-scale charging infrastructure, and leasing services, effectively lowering the upfront capital costs for carriers. The deployment strategy is focused on key logistics hubs. Approximately 300 of the Tesla semis are slated for deployment at the Port of Oakland, where Watt EV is simultaneously planning to launch new MCS-capable charging sites. Early operational sites will also be established at the Port of Oakland and in Fresno, with further depots planned for Stockton and Sacramento. Watt EV currently manages 75 trucks across Southern California on drayage and middle-mile routes, supported by 6 existing depots at the Port of Long Beach, San Bernardino, Gardena, Bakersfield, Vernon, and Oxnard, with 15 additional locations currently under development. Watt EV CEO Salim Yousafzadeh stated that the selection of the Tesla Semi followed a competitive request for proposal process, where cost, performance, and availability were key deciding factors that led Tesla to surpass its legacy original equipment manufacturer rivals. Yousafzadeh emphasized the economic drivers behind the transition, noting, We expect diesel fuel costs will continue to be a decisive factor in fleet procurement decisions. Our electrified freight solutions allow us to deliver goods at better economics compared to diesel today. And as energy costs diverge further, the economic case only strengthens. Tesla's retail sales in China experienced a significant downturn in April, dropping nearly 10% year-over-year to 25,956 units, according to data released by the China Passenger Car Association. This market, crucial for the Elon Musk-led company, saw a sharp sequential decline of 59% in domestic retail units for April. These figures were released just ahead of new client notes from Wall Street firms offering divergent analyses. J.P. Morgan analyst Rajat Gupta maintained an underweight rating and a $145 price target for Tesla, suggesting a potential downside of 66.1% based on Friday's close, while Piper Sandler analyst Alexander Potter reaffirmed an overweight rating and set a $500 price target, projecting a potential upside of 16.7%. Piper Sandler's updated research report, The Definitive Guide to Investing in Tesla, second edition, valued the stock at $400 per share, noting that this valuation would effectively include exposure to the forthcoming Optimus robot at no additional cost. The analysis highlighted that exports accounted for roughly 67% of total output from the Gigafactory Shanghai in April, indicating a consistent export-heavy production cycle, which aligns with the plant's strategy to prioritize overseas sales before domestic deliveries. Shanghai production saw total Model 3 and Model Y deliveries reach 79,478 units in April, marking a 36% increase from the previous year's figure. This growth represents the sixth consecutive month of annual wholesale gains, following a period of declines in November 2025. The Model Y accounted for approximately 65.6% of the total wholesale volume. Tesla's performance in China has been volatile, influenced by seasonal factors and policy shifts, including the reinstatement of a 5% purchase tax on new energy vehicles in January. While domestic sales declined sharply in January and February, March saw a surge with domestic retail reaching 56,107 units. In the broader Chinese auto market, BYD maintained dominance with 182,025 domestic retail units, significantly outpacing Tesla's 25,956. Other competitors like Geely and Leapmotor also showed strong growth. The overall market is in a slow recovery phase following the policy changes. Globally, Tesla delivered 358,023 vehicles in the first quarter of 2026, a 6.3% increase year-over-year, slightly missing the Wall Street consensus. In Europe, preliminary data showed strong registration figures, with German sales quadrupling year-over-year to 9,252 units in March, marking the best monthly result in the largest European market since December 2022. The UK also saw a 20% year-over-year rise in March registrations.